And then from here, we can take that foot out. Okay. When you form a crossface with your partner, here, okay, it's not good enough just to hold your partner's head. In fact, what we want to do is we want to take our chest, put it over our partner's shoulder, and take a deep grip. My right hand goes all the way around the corner until I can put my middle finger in his armpit. That's going to be enough inside position to get a good connection. If I want to make it worse for Chris, I'll pull his head across the center line. Then from here, I'll use the shoulder across the jaw to force him to release. And then from here, we're in a nice tight position. So this, in many ways, is the simplest way of dealing with, learning how to use the float pass. It requires your partner to react by lifting, but that's a very fundamental thing that tends to happen. So we approach a seated partner once again. From here, we play a hand fighting game. We post a bit, and we take a step, not a cross step here where we're driving forward, but rather a step to our partner's straight hamstring. Immediately, knees go to the floor, and you have to develop the confidence to simply take your hands and place them here. We want to have a straight back, convex body, and put some weight through our left leg on our partner's hook. As Chris goes to lift here, we're simply going to slide down the ramp of his leg, and that puts us here. Now we've got a left leg over the top and a right leg in between our partner's feet. Chris doesn't do anything from here. I can simply take my leg out. So what he's going to do is he's going to start to trap it. Now from here, we take our chest, put it against our partner's shoulder, and hit this long, deep crossface. You can even lift your partner's head a little bit to get this important grip where you're taking your your middle finger inside the line of your partner's armpit. Now as Chris goes to move around, I take his head offline, focus on a strong crossface, separate his legs, and then from here we can drop directly into the mounted position. Now, in some cases, you're going to feel that your partner has their knee so far forward that it's not possible to simply slide your way over the top. In a case like this, we're going to make use of the front pommel. Front pommel is an ideal tool to take our foot around the corner, get it to our partner's hip, and then from there proceed. So, from any situation where we step, drive, put our knee on the floor, bring our weight forward, and bring our hips into position. As your partner goes to lift you here, you feel like, you know what, I'm not able to simply slide up over the top. He's lifting, but he's not lifting enough so that he has a straight leg. If Chris lifts so much that he has a straight leg, my leg will simply slide down. But if there's a bend in that leg here, or if he's got his elbow and his knee tighter together here, I won't be able to just move forward. This is an ideal time for us to join elbow and knee, for us to bring our left leg as high as we can, round our body slightly, and then focus on taking our heel to the pocket of his hip. Again, you don't have to be crazy flexible to do this. Okay, I'm not bringing my heel up to my shoulder. Chris is lifting, so already the hip is kind of turning slightly. We're going to slide our knee as high as we can, and then we're going to simply take our heel to the front of our partner's hip. Once we do this, now our left knee can travel up over the top, since we have that purchase, and we can slide our left foot down. From this position, we're going to take double inside shoelaces. Now, from here, you can gather your partner's head, come up, gather your partner's arm for the underhook, drop your hips, and then it's all about coming through into the mount. So we'll show this from the reverse angle. We start by stepping, committing a right knee, and two hands. Your partner's reaction is to lift, but they've got good elbow-knee connection. So we round our body slightly, keep lifting, lifting. We take our left leg through, and look how the knee slides up and the heel steps. Once the heel is here, we can use that to push and bring our knee forward. Pummel our leg to the inside. This time we've got double shoelaces. And now from here, you can start to gather your partner's head, gather the underhook, and you're ready to start to pass. You can go directly to the mount or into knee on belly. So, entry, weight distribution, posture. Once we're there, we read our partner's reaction. The first reaction is your partner lifting here. The straight leg allows you to simply drop. An extended leg may not allow you to drop all the way, but it gives you an opportunity to keep your weight on your hands. And because your leg is a little bit light, you can hit that front pommel and move right past your partner's guard. So we've seen a very fundamental way of entering into a position where we can start our floating from, and then ways of using a front pommel and simply riding over our partner's leg into the mount. So the next skill to develop is one of pummeling to a shin-to-shin position. This again is very important because it teaches you how to react, how to read your partner's reactions and choose the proper technique based on the context. In the first situation, our partner was a bit naive. He was just simply lifting, okay? That allows us to step over directly into that position. But when we get a more sophisticated partner, we may need help extending our partner's leg, and this is where we're going to use the shin-to-shin method. So out of any situation where we're standing, same thing, we're posting and we're riding ourselves into a place where we've got our knee on the floor and our two hands on the mat. There's going to be a period of time here where you are, as the name implies for the past, we're kind of floating here, all right? Chris is going to put some tension into this right leg. Why? Because if this leg is just relaxed and kind of chilling out here, it's pretty easy for me to move it around. I can drop it through here. I can just push it underneath my legs. So when you're in this, when you're the bottom person here, you're often going to be pushing, posting, lifting here. This is why in the previous instance, we focused on simply stepping over the top. But when your partner gets a little bit more sophisticated, this foot is going to remain sticky. So it's not going to be quite as easy for you to just kind of slide around and front pummel. Whenever we feel that we've got a sticky leg, we're going to take our hips forward, we're going to pull our heel to our butt, and then we're just going to place our shin over our partner's shin, like this. What's important here? First, we've got our weight. 90% of our weight's on our hands, 10% is on our right leg. Then we put tension in our left foot. It's really important here that even though it's a small detail, you activate your left foot here so that you get a strong connection to glue with your partner. When you have a relaxed leg, your leg will slip very easily back to this position. We want to keep shin to shin, so we activate our foot like this. We're doing the same thing on the other side, I'll show you in a moment, where the right leg is also activated. So we've got some tension, active tension in our partner's legs. Now, as Chris goes to maintain his connection, from here, because we have tension in our partner's legs, we can simply extend our left leg out. Okay, once we extend our left leg out, our partner's leg travels, and you'll notice what happens. As we extend, our knee naturally will slip to the inside position. Then from here, we're going to take this knee, slide it forward, and move to a place where we've got our partner between our two knees. Shoelaces on the inside, and now from here, we have all of the same things that we were looking at before. We can cross-face our partner. We can dig an underhook, go chest to chest, and then move into this inside mount. We can pummel out and move out into sort of a knee on belly type position. We can adjust here in side control. You have a bunch of different things you can do. The major skill is activating your foot, gluing it to your partner's leg, and then using the tension in their leg and your leg to extend this leg so that you can take inside position and then pass from there. Okay, so let's change our angle. We take our knee, put it on the mat. Most of our weight is being borne by our hands. Chris has a sticky foot. It's pretty active. So we're going to take our hips forward, bring our heel back, and move into this shin-to-shin position. Instead of having a loose foot, we're going to activate the foot here. Same thing on the bottom. Instead of a loose leg, we're going to put some tension here in our partner's leg by flaring our foot and activating it so there's tension. As Chris goes to push and extend here, I'm just going to allow his extension to give me this extension here. Okay, and now from this position, it's relatively easy to take our shoelaces to the inside, and we're back into this double inside position at the lower body. All that's left is for us to dig an underhook, take a cross face, and then move through past our partner's leg and hip line. Okay, one more time. Knee on the floor, hands on the floor, hips come forward. We move into this shin-to-shin position. We use our partner's tension and the tension in our feet to extend. As Chris goes to extend and move me away, I simply extend his leg. Okay, now from here, we can pummel our leg, naturally placing our shoelaces on the inside. Now, you have inside position on the bottom. It's all about inside position on the top. If he goes to hit a knee elbow escape, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. He doesn't have the foot to be able to capture. We can pummel to the outside and drop our body down into this position. Same time, take an underhook, walk our arm through, take a cross face, bring our body forward, and now from here, you're in a great attacking position. You can stay in a knee on belly. You can rotate your body back, getting into a mount, and you've got great control. So once you get used to going shin to shin, you have a direct connection with your partner. That's going to allow you not just to move through kind of from one place to the other, but you can actually kind of feel what your partner's doing. You can feel the tension in their leg. You can feel when they're lifting, and you can kind of use the tension in your own leg to prompt tension in your partner's leg. That's going to allow you to extend your partner's leg, pummel your leg to the inside, and then from there, we're ready to go. Now, we're looking at the skill of pummeling our leg to the inside and then establishing a shin-to-shin position where we're floating over our partner. One important thing to note is that when you get this shin-to-shin connection, a lot of it has to do with feeling your partner's response and reaction, and then using that to govern what you do. It's hard to force positions from the float pass. Okay, it's very much more about letting your partner, giving your partner enough room to react and then taking advantage of what they do. If you try to force positions from here, you'll often find that you get frustrated and kind of set backwards. So what we want to be able to do is move ourselves into a place where we have one leg on the inside. What we've really been focusing on is using a standing versus seated position. But honestly, we could start from double butterfly. We could start from a butterfly position and simply climb forward, use a pummel to bring our first leg to the inside, and we're in exactly the same place. So whether you start from a butterfly guard and then move your body forward, or you start standing and take an inside position, it's going to land you in the same spot. Then we bring our weight forward here, bring our heel up, and then get this good connection with our shin to our partner's shin. We said in the past video that tension is really important, okay? And it is. If your leg's too slippery, you'll just kind of slide back in this direction. Now, even if you try to bring your weight forward, your partner will still be able to lift you and take you out of balance. So getting that good connection and putting tension on your partner's leg is really important. We put the tension here, we get the good connection. What we're trying to do